Yobachi 2007 back at you with another one. After her disastrous interview with Hoda Kotb in the special that Hoda put out, Jada Smith has come back to uh, Good Morning America, sitting with Hoda Kotb again and Jenna Bush, George Bush's daughter. Okay, but she's in the media. And she wants to talk more about what she said in that disastrous interview where she was just vilely smiling about her and Will being separated for 7 years and kind of like Duper's delight in how she's deceived everybody to have pretended like they were together these last 7 years. It just seemed to be taking joy in the dissolution of her marriage and in just in embarrassing Will as much as she can. You can go on my page and look at the prior videos about that interview. I've done a couple of them where we point that out in detail, but let's jump right into this one.
The moment's here.
Today is the day.
You're giving birth to the book.
I'm giving birth. And you know, it was so strange because, you know, at the end of your special, I said, now I'm saying it funny, Will's getting old. Somebody needs to take care of him. And I thought people would get like,
that's going to be you.
Yeah, I said, that's going to be me. I'm going to take care of him. It was in the special.
You know what I think? This is what I kind of think. I think people hear like straight talk, or straight talker, no question.
Right.
So I think the confusion came from
we were broken up.
We were broken up, and then I think the next statement they would expect is, but not anymore.
Yeah, we're back together.
Not anymore. Because I think Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
You said you live separately. It's what you said. It's not the rest of us. It's you. It's what you said. Now you're trying to backtrack and fix it up because of the backlash that you received because you present just so evilly about this whole thing. Just never any accountability from these type of women. But I need you all to help me with something to help keep this algorithm and YouTube accountable. They have been dropping views off dramatically, and I need you guys to help me to get back into that algorithm. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Even if you've done that before, go ahead, maybe even unsubscribe and unclick the notification bell, then resubscribe and re-click them, and maybe that'll put me back in the algorithm. Hit the like button, and we're going to get right back to the program. So, of course, she's never going to be accountable about anything she does, anything she says. It's never her. It's as if our eyes and ears are just lying to us. So going back to Good Morning America is not the only recent interview that she's done after the original Hoda Kotb special. In response to the interview just a couple days later, she did an interview with her mom. So she's got her mom interviewing her. And you can see the book is centered in the background. And that's what the whole thing is about. When we were back over here, they were talking about this is the day, this is the birthday, talking about the birth of her book being dropped, which all this humiliating Will again and exposing her family to more scrutiny and ridicule from the public is all about trying to sell some books. And it failed because even on the first day, her opening day, she didn't go to #1. As huge as the media is around her and Will, there's no way in the world she shouldn't have had the #1 bestseller, at least for the first day of release, and she didn't even get that. But all of this foolishness is for clout, for her own ego. This is just ego clout to push books and to be #1 bestseller, and she didn't even make it. But this is what all the humiliation of her family is all about. It's always about her ego. We're getting this video from Tough News TV, and let's go ahead and play.
Of painful. You know, yours is not it's not a happy story, right?
Of course, she's the consummate victim. Always the victim. And all these types of vile women are always victims. We'll see this over and over and over again. And anything we look at, they're always the victim and never accountable for anything. Let's get ready for it. The real unaccountability is about to come up. Let's keep watching.
But I do want to start out as your mama, right, to clarify some things because I'm a little tired of all the vitriol being thrown your way. I'm sick of it. Right. And I just want to say that, you know, when you guys decided to separate, okay, that was a decision that both of you made. You're both separated. You did not cheat on Will. Right. You're both parties are living their lives, both. Okay, so it's not just you.
Unbelievable. The extreme amount of unaccountability. So here's her excuse making, talking to her husband about why she slept with her son, her teenage son's friend. That was supposed to be a family friend. Somebody who Will also knew who he had in his home. Why she did that? This is what she says to her husband's face, and watch Will's face while she's saying it. And look at Jada's reaction to it all, to him.
Just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah, because her magical vagina was healing him. This broad's arrogance and self-centeredness has no end. Look how she's smiling as she's saying it. Just as we point out when she's talking about how her and Will have been separated from 7 years, and how she had a big smile on her face and she's smirking every time she's talking about how their love is falling apart, how she cheated, how she's getting rid of him, anything of that nature, she has that smile on her face. And with her complete unaccountability, she has the audacity to claim that she was sleeping with her son's friend and her husband's family friend who he had welcomed into their home to heal him. And she's also telling her husband, I hadn't felt good in a long time. Right after we broke up, it had been a long time since I felt basically, you can't make me feel good. You ain't up to the task. And then again, this goes back to what I've talked about before, how her 13-year-old daughter at the time, who never met Tupac, who wasn't even alive when Tupac died, wrote and published a letter publicly, that's how we know about it, begging Tupac to come back to make my mom happy. Because she makes it so clear that Will ain't it. And look at this sucker trying to fight back the tears, but you can see it all welling up. This is why Chris Rock got slapped, right here. This is the pain and the humiliation that he's trying to bury in this moment and other moments like these that got Chris Rock got smacked for it when the person he really wants to smack is sitting across the table from him. This is why Chris Rock got smacked, because when Jada made that face after his joke and Will was laughing at the joke and then looked over at her and saw her face, he then knew he had to do what he thought her soulmate would do in that situation so he could have her approval as a man.
I think that, you know, there's times where he's referred to as his soulmate, and I would assume that you felt the same way. Do you feel that you can have a friendship that is like a soulmate friendship that doesn't necessarily include the romantic, you know, version?
Absolutely. We have soulmates. Our children can be our soulmates. I think this kind of romanticized idea of like a soulmate, you know, there's all kinds of definitions of soulmate. Yeah. But yeah, you know, definitely. I don't think if there is such a thing as past lives, definitely think Pac and I have traveled a few together, you know, in various forms. So
just smiling and grinning about a man who's been dead for 27 years while she's been with this other man for 29 years, who she wants us to believe she meant for us to convey to us that she was going to be with him and take care of him forever as he's getting old. Right.
If you were to
We're
describe
in the
your
most
relationship.
beautiful place.
Yeah.
I will never leave Will's side.
Never.
Ever. And that's all, you know what I mean? I'll never leave his side. But just like I explained to you.
I'm not going to hear any more of that crap. It's just nonsense. You've already left his side, lady. You smiled and grinned deeply about how you've been separated from him for 7 years. It's just insane. She's just a chameleon. She just spins any story that suits her at the moment. It's all a bunch of finesse game. Brothers, run from this type of crap when you see even signs of it. Again, like me up, please. Hit the like button if you haven't. Go ahead and subscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe, and hit the notification bell to help me get back in this algorithm. I really appreciate it. We're going to get out of here with this one, Yobachi 2007. I'm out.